So welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. Thank you for joining me once again. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and give me your comments as well down below in the comment box. It always means so much to me when you give us the comments. I always go through them and know what you guys think about the club, especially the Arsenal fans. Now, two interesting pieces of stories to do or to talk about. One is about Ainsley Maitland-Niles linked to Manchester United, and the other is how Aouar's talks reaching the advanced stage, reaching the final stages. Almost everything, we should say, is being done, and in the next 48 hours he will be an Arsenal player. I'm telling you, in the next 8 hours, Aouar is going to be an Arsenal player. Just 5 million apart. Just 5 million apart. Arsenal and Lyon are just 5 million apart. And there should be one side that goes on to take the compromise, either Arsenal or Lyon. In this case, I think it might be Lyon, because Arsenal have already brought onto the table what they think is their best. So I think the compromise might be taken by Lyon. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about that and more. But let me start with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, a report from Football.London quoting Sport 1 has just confirmed that Ainsley Maitland-Niles has become one of the potential transfer targets of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as he tries to wrap up what would be named as one of the worst transfer summers for him as a manager at Manchester United. You remember, they have been tracking Jadon Sancho for almost the whole transfer summer. Sancho, hoping they would actually get him in, but it seems it's all in vain. He's not going to sign for Manchester United at the end of the day. Now, they've only brought in Danny van der Beek, and I think they're on the verge of bringing in Alex Telles. Now, still, they're looking to add on to some squad depth and bring in some more players at the Old Trafford. And the biggest thing is they're looking for a shock transfer move for Arsenal man Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Now, remember, Mikel Arteta has made it already clear that Ainsley is part of his plans. When Wolves wanted him at 15 million, we rejected the bid, and we told them we are not selling Ainsley Maitland-Niles. 23 years of age, he has been one of those players that have really improved so much under Mikel Arteta. Yeah, it would be a nice buy if Manchester United took him. It would be a nice buy. I think he would be a very good backup player for Aaron Van Bissaka, because even if he joined Manchester United, Aaron Van Bissaka would stay as the main right back, as the main right full back. So I don't see him signing for Manchester United and then then he takes on that role of the full-time fullback. He's going to be a backup player, but the good thing with him is very versatile. That means he can play both on the left and the right fullback positions, but he can also play in the middle of the park. So I think Manchester United eyeing him would be a very good buy, but I don't think Arsenal is going to really fall for that trap. I don't think Arsenal is going to be stupid enough to let him go. His valuation is around £20 million. Wolves wanted to take him, but they failed to reach the valuation. I think they are the other party, interested, but I don't see United coming for Ainsley Maitland-Niles, and I don't see them paying for 20 million for him. However, we have to put into consideration that they are a club that is really desperate to bring in more additions in this transfer summer, and I think that's why Arsenal must be very careful when it comes to that Ainsley Maitland-Niles, because they have the money. They are going to give him the contract he wants. They're going to give him the privileges and the wages he wants. So I think we've got to be more careful when you're handling them. Ainsley Maitland-Niles deal when it comes to a big shark like Manchester United trying to poach him into their net. And I think Arsenal needs Ainsley Maitland-Niles more than Manchester United need him, because for us at least we know that our right back position is is all but, you know, crap. It's all but rubbish. So I think we need him. We need him in that area. We need him, you know, in the midfield, because our midfield is really empty. As one player who can bring you some little quality, or some, you know, as an alternative to the midfield. So do you think Manchester United should give us the 20 million and we give them Ainsley Maitland-Niles? That is the question in this video. Don't forget to answer that in the comment below. Now, final stages, final talks for Aouar just confirmed. We are just 5 million away from what would be a huge transfer signing. Lyon midfielder compared to Kevin De Bruyne. He would be our own Kevin De Bruyne. He would be our own Bruno Fernandes. He would be our own Thiago. Yeah, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. So we are only 5 million away from getting the player. The reason is we are willing to pay 41 million, and Lyon are saying we need to stretch that up to 45 million with add-ons. Now, the current deal Arsenal is with is 40 million plus, you know, add-ons. I don't know how much add-ons, but with add-ons that could actually, you know, stretch up to, I think, 40 or 43 million or 42 million. Now, Lyon are saying we need to stretch that offer to 45 million plus potential add-ons. And as long as that is done, Aouar is a national player. He will fly to London, do his medical, and finish up everything before the deadline day of the transfer summer. Now, there are reports that, you know, the player is already on the plane flying to London. Some reports are like, you know, he has arrived in London. Apart from you know, Hafid Deraji's tweet that said that, you know, he's in London in the head. He's not physically in London, and he is training with Lyon, right? You get me? He is training with Lyon. So there isn't anything like, you know, he's on the plane, we are tracking his plane and so on. No. As for now, he trained with Lyon today, and probably even in this weekend we might see him play for Lyon. However, that doesn't mean that a deal might not break away, or a deal will not break away, because, you know, basically everything is done. Everything is done. 5 million. I think there is a party that's going to take a compromise, right? There's a party that's going to take a compromise, and I think I don't want to say this, but I have to say it. I think it's gonna be Lyon. It's gonna be Lyon. Instead of wasting a lot of time, they will consider getting the 40 million, getting some add-ons, because obviously, if you said that Arsenal if Arsenal go back in the Champions League, if he helps us go back in the Champions League, there is some money that, you know, we'll pay to Lyon. That's an obvious case. With a player of this quality, we have to go back to the Champions League, and that money is going to be, you know, a sure case. Even if you told us that, you know, winning any silverware, we are going to give you some money, still Arsenal will win some silverware, whether it's FA Cup, because we are FA Cup champions, and Masters, whether it's Carabao, anything. Then after doing that, what else? We shall, you know, give them their money. So I think it's Lyon that will take the compromise. I think that deal is going to be around 42 million. Yeah, but still, let us wait for what, you know, what's going to come out from the Wolves. Juventus had, you know, inquired about the availability and the stages of and the stages of talks between Arsenal and Lyon. And this is what shows me that truly this is this is a done deal. Now, Juventus came in and asked what was the stage of the negotiations between Lyon and Arsenal. Of course, they were asking Lyon, not us. And they brought in 3 players in exchange. Can you imagine 3 players in exchange? Well knowing that that Lyon do not want to go in with a swap deal. They want straight cash. They want to buy some players before the transfer window closes, right? Okay, so it seems Juventus are not really big problems in this deal. They're not going to be big problems. Yeah, they have come in. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that we have got some company and it is Juventus, but it seems they're just here to put in a little threat. I think And it's Leon who called them and told them, you know, why don't you knock on the door? These guys are not really breaking the deal. You know, those things happen. I know. Jane Michael Aouar is a mafia. He would do that. He wouldn't hesitate to do it anyway. What else did I skip? Nothing. Mikel Arteta has talked personally. Has personally talked to Aouar and probably told him that he's willing to add him to his existing mess at Arsenal. And maybe the player agreed, maybe the player didn't agree. I'm not really sure about that because I didn't, get the details of the content. But anyway, that is it. Final stages. The player is going to be signing in 48 hours, and then Ainsley Maitland-Niles has become a potential target for Manchester United. One thing you would say, it doesn't concern us. One thing you would think about and you say like, it really concerns us. It really concerns us. But anyway, until next time, let me just sign out. I'll be coming back later when I'll be talking about Sead Kolasinac to Germany. I think it's a done deal. I'll be doing two videos about done deals. I think let me just look for the Lucas Torreira update and see whether it's a done deal as well. Then I'll come back.